A lot of people are talking about adding solar to the houses right now, and as a realtor, we see all kinds of things going on with this. I'm Margaret Jackson with the Professional Agent Group at Keller Williams Realty. You know, we've made a video in the past about solar and some of the reasons why you might be thinking of adding solar to your house. Solar energy can save you money, but it does cost you money too, and possibly in ways that you're not aware of. So if I had $1 for every time I heard a solar salesperson claim that solar panels add value to a property, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now, I'd be on the beach. Now, if only it were that simple. So to add value to a property, an appraiser would typically need to find 3 recent sold comparable homes that had solar panels that were similar to your house, and then 3 without. Then compare the sales prices and adjust them accordingly to see did the group with the solar sell for a higher price than the group without. If none of the homes surrounding yours that are similar have sold recently with solar, then there might not be any comparables to justify adding value to your sale. Now, the only other way to get around that is to determine the resale value of the solar system, and this is assuming you own it outright, and ask whether the mortgage underwriter will give it any consideration. And they're not all necessarily going to say yes to that. Remember, someone can spend a couple of $100,000 on a new swimming pool and they're credited around 50% of that on a resale, not the full amount. So let's talk about the roof on your house. Solar panels can have a life of, 25 to 50 years per the salespeople. You don't get a roof with a life of that long typically, and if you add solar panels and then your roof needs replacing, then you're going to have to pay to have all the solar panels removed and stored, then get the roof replaced, and then pay to have the solar panels reinstalled. Now, if you added solar purely to save money, this is starting to chip away at some of those savings. Now, if you've done that as well, are the solar panels still under a warranty or not if they've been removed and then reinstalled? Are you certain that the warranty on that brand new roof is valid if you then go ahead and have a separate company accessing the roof and adding solar panels to it? Now, you know, we've talked personally to quite a few people that's installed solar, and we've investigated it at length, and at the end of the day, we've never yet pulled the trigger. So the solar companies that came so highly recommended to us by multiple people that we might have signed on the line with have gone out of business. Now, they were offering a warranty that their company would come out and service the panels. Well, who do you call now if you've got a problem? You might have a lifetime warranty from the manufacturer of the panels as well, but finding a solar company that will now come out, go on your roof and take on the maintenance or repair of a system that they didn't install seems to be a bit of a hiccup that people are running into. You know, even the manufacturers are going through changes right now. LG, for example, stopped solar panel manufacturing altogether. Next thing to look at is your home insurance. Did you know some insurers are dropping owners who install solar panels? You know it. Based in Florida, we're having this conversation in an environment where it's home insurance nightmare. Companies are going out of business and leaving the state. People are getting notices of non-renewal, as mentioned on a previous video, which I'll link up here as well. So getting home insurance at all is already an increasingly concerning thing if you're here in Florida. Don't make the mistake of installing a solar system without checking your insurance options first. Now, companies that do insure rooftop solar systems are allowed to set some pretty strict conditions for that coverage, such as only covering homes with solar systems installed after 2016, or on shingle or metal roofs 10 years old or less, or on flat roofs no older than 5 years. Now, do you see that that's way shorter than the life of the panels? Now, there can be restrictions such as the system can't produce any more than 10 kilowatts of electricity, and that might match the typical rooftop system capacity, but some are going to be bigger than that. Some companies won't insure solar systems mounted on clay or tile roofs. I spoke with an experienced insurance agent recently, it was just last week, from Florida Best Quote Insurance, and if you want an introduction, let me know. They shared that they're now only seeing about 3 insurers in Florida who will cover solar panels. And this is in part though due to a completely different issue than what we've even touched on, and it's called net metering. Now, when you're manufacturing and you've got your power station on the roof, you're producing more power right now than you can use right now. You can't store it unless you've got a battery system as well, which adds to the cost. So you sell that power back to the power company again. Now, basically, the power companies are increasingly asking for proof that the homeowner has a $1 million liability policy to cover the fact that they're net metering. Now, most homeowners insurance companies won't cover properties that are basically commercially producing electricity on behalf of a power company. So that's definitely something that a lot of the people that we're talking to aren't aware of. So I hope this helps. Buying or selling a home with solar on brings a whole other slew of things, and we'll be talking about that in another video. If you want an introduction to an insurance agent that can help you, let me know. And in our next solar video, we'll cover what to consider if you're thinking of buying or selling a home that has solar. Have a great day, friends.